Hello everyone and welcome back to another video here on Sam's Crafted Castle, and it has been a while, but I'm really glad to be back. And today we have a Sammy is interested in a thing, so she made a card inspired by it video. I've been doing a few of these lately, and this one, the TV show that this is based off of, had its finale movie come out. It's one of those TV shows where they did 3 seasons of the TV show, and then they decided to end it with a movie, which I think in this situation was the right choice. But it's coming out tomorrow from when I'm recording this voiceover, and you're watching this on Monday, so it came out this past Friday. So this is a card inspired by the show Heartstopper. I've had this card in my head for years, and it just kept moving its way down, the list of cards to make, and finally, with the movie coming out, I was like, and it really being the end of the last book has come out. This is the last part of the TV show. I was like, it is time to make this card. I also ended up getting the perfect stencil in my Crop and Create box, not this past fall, but the fall before, I believe, is when I got this stencil. And it was perfect for this card. I remember I already had this card in my brain when I got that stencil, and I remember seeing it and being like, "This is going on the Heartstopper card." um, so in the show, there's a theme of leaves throughout the show that they use, and they're little cute little animated. There's actually lots of little animated things. There's little animated hearts. There's little animated leaves. There's animated jellyfish at one point. Like, it's just used to enhance and signify significant moments for the characters, because it is like it's a teenager show. It's about teenagers. So it's just a cute little motif that's used throughout the show. And so I wanted to use that. And then the two main characters, Nick and Charlie, have a thing where they say hi to each other all the time. It's kind of it is probably one of those things where if you don't know the show, you're not gonna really understand the references inside this card. But it's also generic enough that I feel like I could send it to someone, although I don't have any friends that are into the show. But if I have one friend that I'd really like to try to get into it potentially. So if I get her into it, I might send this to her. Otherwise, it's just I have been making cards inspired by my favorite things, and I have just been keeping them for myself lately too, because it's just like a fun little way to celebrate my favorite things, I suppose. Um, but so I and obviously the original book is not really a book, it's a graphic novel. So, well, which is a book. I shouldn't say it's not really a book. Graphic novels are books. But it's a graphic novel. So, I wanted to play on the graphic novel theme as well. So, I ended up deciding to do these little speech bubbles that say hi. And then each character has a signature color. Charlie's color is yellow and Nick's color is blue. So, I decided to use yellow and blue, and I did these all on my scan and cut. So originally, I at one point was going to try to buy speech bubble dies like Lawn Fawn has some, and I was gonna pick them up and do them with dies. But the reality is, I'm going to make this card, and I'm probably never going to use them again. Like, let's be honest. So, I was like, I have my scan and cut, and I'm sure there's a speech bubble already programmed in there because scan cuts come with some pre-programmed designs on them. Or I was gonna be able to find some kind of SVG file for them very easily, I figured. So I went through my scan and cut, sure enough, there was one in there. And then I just used one of the scan and cut fonts to put the hi in the middle. And then I actually thought it'd be really cool then to have, since I decided to do the background, which I wasn't gonna do at first, that was the spur of the moment decision while I was putting this all together, or starting to work on it. I thought it would be really cool to have the colors pop through, if you will. So I had the scan and cut out the hi from the speech bubbles so that when I stick the colored speech bubbles on the back, it would show through in the colors. And then because I am me and I'm a little bit extra like this, I was bothering me and I needed to have them in the right order. I couldn't remember who said hi first in the show. Like hi and hi is the first thing that Nick and Charlie ever say to each other when they meet. Um and I couldn't remember who said it first, and it was bugging me. because I decided the card needed to have them in the right order. So I did have to go back and unfortunately rewatch the show because that was such a hard thing to do, and I wasn't meaning to do it anyway because the movie was coming out. But it's more embarrassing because I watched it probably a solid 30 times, because I tend to do that with things that I like. I watch them repeatedly and repeatedly and repeatedly and repeatedly. It is a lot harder for me to watch something that is new than something that I have fallen in love with. So, I have watched the show a whole lot of times. I really, really like it. If it's something you're interested in and something that feels up your alley, go ahead and check it out. I guess I haven't really told you much about it, but still, I recommend it. Go check it out. It's on Netflix. Um, so I'm just using this stencil was not a slimline stencil, and I don't know why I decided to make this card a slimline card. The whole time I had it was envisioning it in my head though, it was always a slimline card. So that is very much the direction I took it, and I had a lot of different ideas to do these leaves. I was gonna do them with die cuts. I was gonna do them mostly with die cuts was my other option. I did consider doing stamps, but I didn't have a stamp I liked for it because I wanted something smaller, and I only have big leaf stamps. But I had this stencil and I was like, the blowy leaves are perfect because that's what the leaves kind of do in the show. They kind of, and they're like these very cartoony leaves. So I didn't mention they were animated before. Um, and rainbows are the other big thing in the show. So that's why I kind of did rainbow leaves. And the leaves come in all different colors and things like that. So I ended up doing rainbow leaves. And I actually really like this. I kind of want to do it again. I like rainbow leaves. Um, so because the stencil wasn't a slimline and I wanted them to go all the way down the card, I just kind of moved the stencil around. So I found a spot that I liked and I started ink blending. Then I cleaned off my stencil and I moved it to another spot, found another like layout that I liked, and then started trying to fill in some of the little areas that needed some because there's some sort of outlier leaves on that and on that stencil that I was able to use to just kind of like fill in the little bits. And then I also, because I am a messy stenciler, made sure to mask off my edges so that nothing went where I didn't want it to go. And then I got to this point, and this was one of the die sets I actually bought for this card. It's from Lawn Fawn, and I can't remember the name of it right now, so I'm gonna have to look that up before I do the. Oh wait, maybe I have it here. Hold on, I should have a supply list. I just don't have it right next to me right this second. Let me see if I have it. No, I did not. I did not write down the supply list for this one. I'm gonna have to go back and look up what that stamp set was called, or that die set was called, and the stencil. I guess I probably didn't write it down because most of this was my scanning cup. So anyway, it's some kind of lawn. I know it's probably right here. Hold on. It may be closer than I think it is. Let me see. Because it's gonna bother me. Okay, it is not close by. Alright, I'll have to look for it. Is it over here? No, didn't think so. Should have been. Alright, I would have to look for that. But yeah, so I decided to add the little leaves and I decided to reverse the colors because in the show, as the one so I like movies and stuff and I get really into like the little nuancy things in movies and TV shows. Probably because I watched them 90,000 times. And throughout the show, if you watch as Nick and Charlie become friends and more, they start to wear each other's colors and they start to switch colors, and it's just a really cute theme throughout the movie, or throughout the show. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you like the card. And like I said, it's very simple, but very cute, I think. I'm very happy with how it turned out. So, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below. I'll see you again soon, and have a crafty day.